fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
Welcome to the Cage Match Friday edition. This is the one where we talk about the opponent that we're about to face, and that is Mile High in Denver. We want to just explain something real quick. We once again made it to the NFL desk because they didn't like our show. Asylum, tell us what happened.
We almost had a second missing episode. We literally was having a hell of a run, and 30 minutes after we got off the air, our shit got blocked, and Roger Goodell said, no. And we told Roger Goodell, fuck you, and the show's back.
Yeah, because he probably wanted more money, you know, like the whole Sunday ticket thing. But we were like, nah, we fought it, and we won, I think. Or maybe we're on bail. I don't know. But whatever it is, our show's back.
It's still on there, so we won.
Yes, we won. Our show is back up. So check that out. Episode 63. Miss Peggy had a very great Peggy's perspective on that one. So check that out. It's on our page. It's back on our page. So thank you, NFL, for trying to test us. But it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to work. What up, Jessica? That's my... Oh, hi. You're over here. My girlfriend came on. All right.
Hi.
I put laundry, so it's in the... I did my housely duties, so... Anyways, here we go. My housely, okay? My housely duties. All right, welcome to the show. It is the Cage Match Friday edition. Just kind of wanted to run down on what happened. If you were trying to watch the show right after the show was live on Wednesday and saw it wasn't there, we wanted to let you guys know that the NFL tried to fight us and we won once again. So with that, I think we should do...
We are the champions.
So with that, I think we should do what we always do. And that is our shameless plug and rub it all over their face. Here we go.
I want to send out his burrito. Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry. All right. Go to the YouTube channel. I'm trying this again. Everyone go to the YouTube channel, The Cage Match Show. Like, share, subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, you might as well hit the bell so you know every time we drop a video. All that really helps. And in case the NFL decides they want to fuck with us some more, you can always catch us on Facebook on the Oakland Raiders Savage page or the Asylum page. You didn't miss nothing, Anna. Then after all this, why don't you go ahead and go to WGG? Go grab it, browse their nice selection, grab yourself some energy, get it shipped to your house. When you're ready to check out, put Cage Match, one word, in the discount code to get 10% off your whole order.
And like we always say, when you think of wins, think of dubs. When you think of dubs, think of W. 10% off your order. Cage Match in the discount code CAGEMATCH. One word. Go there, get your order, 10% off. Help us out. That's our only sponsor for now. So we're expanding. Don't you worry. 136, baby. 136 subscribers.
I'm working on it. I can only do so much. I have a full-time job.
And also,
license plates.
shouts out to the Compa Fabian. Go to www.rn4lifer.com, RaiderNationForLifer.com. That's how I remember it and how everybody else remembers it. Go there, check out the merch. He has a lot of great merch. And on in Vegas, in Lot J, Lot J, dyslexia. And J Lot, he usually has his booth out there, so check him out. He's over there in that one strip alongside the fence, and he has a lot of his stuff out there. So go over there, check that out. He has a lot of great stuff. Huh?
He's on the landing strip.
He's on the landing strip. No, because then people are gonna actually go to the airport, and I don't want to have any more going to federal prison. We already had to fight the federales. We don't need you guys to go. We want you guys to be safe. And also remember, I only wear hats by the man himself, Fabian, Copa Fabian. Make sure you go there, RaiderNationForLifer.com. And also, big shouts out to RaiderMan19. Go to his website, RaiderMan19.com. The Raiderman from Richmond podcast should be coming up soon. He's doing a lot of work like that. He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing, but he will be back doing his podcast. And Raider Man, he's the one that does the oath at the end of the intro. And that's what we want to do. We want to have him get to the torch somehow, some way this season to do that oath that you hear at the end of our intro, doing the Raider oath, the Oakland Mystique combining with the Las Vegas Raider way. In front of 65,000 people in front of that torch with the windows open for the whole strip to hear him yell, "I am a Raider fan." All right. Shouts out to RaiderMan19. Hope everything's going well. And also, Mr. Asylum, who's has his streak continued today. I don't know what number it is, but he is the Jim Otto of the show. I didn't do the introductions in the beginning because he wanted to brag about what we did against the NFL over the last couple of days. So what is up? Oh my God. What is up, Asylum? How are you doing?
63, episodes, because we're going off the Wednesday numbers.
Yes.
And I don't know when we started the Friday shit. So, we'll just add another, 15 to that. So, it's a lot of episodes.
Yes, plus the special reports, plus the the live draft show that we did with Demon King. So there's a lot of other episodes, plus the missing one against the Bears that the NFL was. But you know what? That was a bad game, so you can have that one, okay? But we got the one that we liked, and it was this one past a few days ago. So check that out. Anyways,
with all this promotion we keep giving him, I should be a compa any day now.
Where is my? Oh, well, I don't have my sticker on me right now. Compas, all right. So, your starter patch is a sticker. All right, here we go. Now, of course, we have a big game. It's still a big game because it's early in the season. So, week 5, we will be playing the Broncos. And as you can see, our division foe. We have the same record, but we are one up. I put them as we're third and they're fourth because until they beat the champion, which is us, in an 8-game winning streak, we will always be third place until. Oh no, I'm sorry, over. That sounds bad. We're gonna be third place, and they're gonna be fourth place in the current standings right now, as you see it in the AFC West standings. This is completed week 4, so we're going into week 5. So we are in third place, and they're going to be in last. Okay, so that's how I put it. Because until they beat us, that's how they're going to always stay is underneath our feet. Doormat. All right, Asylum. 8-game winning
That's all
streak.
that.
8-game winning streak.
Going for number 9.
Number 9.
Nueve, right? Did I say
Yes.
that right?
Yes. Yes. Nueve. Yes. Okay. So in this game, of course, everyone is all on Bo Nix. Asylum.
He's the real deal, right?
He's the truth. I always say on Captain Show, but I'm just
Truth.
before everybody know, I'm just joking. He's not the truth. He is the fib. All right. Bo Nix and chill. Okay. So
Chill.
Asylum. What do you think of Bo Nix?
What do I think of Bo Nix?
Yes.
I think that I want him to come into this game and play like he did the first 2 and give us 2 interceptions.
His first 2 games, at Seattle and then at home versus Pittsburgh, were losses. And then he does have that surprise win that they had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. And then he did squeak by, beating the Jets in New York.
That one probably shouldn't have been. I mean, nobody expected that. I mean, it was surprising enough with the Tampa Bay to win 26-7. Obviously, the defense showed up for that game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a surprise because Baker Mayfield, he's been doing pretty well since he got that big contract last year. And I guess you can say everyone has a hiccup, whatever, you lose to a rookie. But let's go through, who Bo Nix is. Bo Nix was selected by the Broncos with the 12th overall pick in the 2024 draft from Oregon. He has been the starter since week 1. And as you can see, he's 31st.
He played with JPJ.
He did play with JPJ. But we're not talking about that, okay? So, not yet. So, 31st in pass.
Talking about Bo Nix here.
Well, JPJ ain't blocking for him, so may God, I don't know. Okay, he don't have Tebow magic, all right? He don't have Tebow magic. 31st in passer rating for as a starting quarterback, and that is within all quarterbacks, not just rookies. 29th in completion percentage at 60.1, and 32nd, which is last, in passing touchdowns with 1. If you compare him to, thank you very much. And if you compare him to, cheers. Thank you. And if you compare him to our Gardner Minshew, Bo Nix, Gardner Minshew, Bo Nix has 83 completions to Minshew's 87, so Minshew got that one right there. Bo Nix, 138 attempts to Minshew's 123. Bo Nix has the 60.1 completion percentage to Minshew's 70.7. Yards, Bo Nix is 660 yards. Total yards of passing to Minshew's 877. 1 touchdown to Minshew's 3. 4 interceptions to Minshew's 3. Sacks. Now here's where it starts to differentiate. Big words. Bo Nix has 4 sacks for only a 21-yard loss, where Minshew has 13 sacks to 97 yards lost. And then here's where it gets interesting, the rushing stats. Bo Nix, 23 attempts, 110 yards with a 4.8 average, a long of 23 and 2 touchdowns. This is all on his legs, compared to Gardner Minshew, 9 attempts, 16 yards, a 1.8 average. His longest was 10, and he has no touchdowns on his feet. Asylum.
I was going to say those numbers for the rushing stats on Bo Nix is what we expected to see out of Gardner Minshew. In all honesty, when I heard mobile, when I was in that debate, that's all I heard about. And these numbers here about mobile, I mean, we got to credit some of those sacks. Some of those 13 was him running right into a defender's arms because he liked to fucking run around in circles, and then they met at the line. And, will that change? Hopefully. But, those numbers, as far as the rushing stats out of Bo Nix, is what I was expecting out of Gardner Minshew at this point of the season.
Yes, in this tale of the tape. I don't know. I mean, I will agree, but also I'll be nice on this one. The offensive line was still trying to figure themselves out in those first 3 games. We're gonna, in the Charger game, the Raven game, and then the Panthers game, because in the last game
they figured it out partway through that Ravens game.
Well, yeah, they figured it out, and then this last game, he only was sacked twice, and he also didn't throw any interceptions. So it seemed like it seemed like the offense has been, starting to. Do you think they're starting to kind of now have, they're on their what's the word I want to use? They're on the up and up.
Up and up. There you go. I mean, when it comes down to it, I talked about it. What was it? 2 episodes ago that it looked like. Hold on, he's not mobile. He can't just scramble. Well, yeah, see,
that's to you.
That's to me. Hey, but they do call him a mobile quarterback, and I agree. We have a whole definition on mobile quarterback versus a running quarterback.
Yes.
There is a difference. Anyways, back to what was the question again?
The question is, what do you think? Oh no, we're talking about the offensive line. We're talking about the offensive line. Has the offense started to find its way?
They were starting to click. They were starting to get together. Unfortunately, that started to happen, and then we ended up with the injury to Parm. We would get into that. It's an Achilles injury. We don't know what's going on, but what we did see when Parm went out, his replacement came in, and we continued going, looking good, which was helping the running game. So, I mean, I think we're on the up and up. I think, a lot of these players on the offensive line are starting to have played enough with each other to start getting understandings. Colton Miller's not, tripping over feet. They're not going the wrong directions, shit like that. JPJ coming in, he's coming in and getting more time. Glaze is only getting better week by week, and that's all we could ask for, especially out of a rookie. I know both of them had, 2 penalties apiece last week. But they're rookies. They're going to make those kind of, stupid mistakes. Right now, we just got to deal with those growing pains. But I think this offensive line, which is we talked about key, is starting to gel, and it's only going to get better from there.
Yeah, and, with the rookies, I mean, you have DJ Glaze, who we said before that, he was basically a a long shot. I mean, I know he was a 3rd round pick, but he was like a long shot. They were like, he has a lot of, mechanicals. He has to get, fundamentals, but he worked hard and he was accelerating fast on his development.
The reason he got drafted was clearly that's the Senior Bowl, whatever they call it, where he flat out, they saw mistakes, they saw things, coaches gave him some instructions, and the fact that he could learn, that's why they took the flyer on the 3rd round, and it's obviously paying off. He might come out to be the steal of the draft if he can keep progressing and put himself up there as one of the top, offensive linemen after his rookie season. I mean, he might be the steal of the draft.
And if you see, the Raiders who had a lot of injuries going into last game, and we're going into the injury report for this game. This is from the Browns game. DJ Glaze, in 26 snaps, he only allowed 1 pressure on that right tackle position. And speaking of Jackson Powers Johnson, he had 26. JPJ had no pressures. In fact, Asylum, you had mentioned last week that the referees were trying to tell them, "Hey, man, I know this is NFL football, but can you relax? Can you, can you please play nice, JPJ? Can you please?"
Hey, who's that remind you of?
Recently? I want to say, I don't want to say his name. I want to keep him incognito. Oh wait, incognito.
I got his autograph jersey. But I mean, that's one of those ones where you here go, and he was just born to be a Raider.
Yes. And when you got referees trying to tell you guys to, can you play nice? And not like, doing some stupid penalties like I
No,
can't remember his name.
he's being told he blocks too hard. He's too rough when he blocks. He's going down there and hitting people, lighting them up. In the next level and shit. He's driving them to the ground and getting back up and being a part of everything. I mean, that's what you want to see. He's young.
Steve Wisniewski, number 76. Not the nephew.
No, not the. You sure he's talking about Steve and not
No, not the other one. Okay.
Stefan, I think it was, right?
No, okay, okay. Steve, not the other one, okay. Not the other one. Steve Wisniewski, old school. That man should be in the Hall of Fame. Steve Wisniewski, that left guard, was nasty and mean. He retired a year too early because the next year they went to the Super Bowl. I think he retired the year before they went to the Super Bowl in 2002. But Steve Wisniewski, 1990. Yeah, he ain't talking about a little nephew, okay? He ain't talking about a little nephew. not Esteban Wisniewski. He's talking about Steve, okay? So,
Esteban.
No, not the other one. So,
Rico Suave.
Yeah, like Urkel and Stefan. Only this is the opposite. K. This Steve,
Stefan. I said those names.
I know. That's what I said. Remember that old show? Or it was, huh?
Family Matters.
No, not too old. I know I said that. I know I've referenced that. But do you remember? Do you remember Jerry Springer's bodyguard when they gave him a show?
Yeah.
That's Steve, okay? That Steve, get off my stage, Steve. Okay, that kind of Steve, okay. So yeah, JPJ, okay, you play too rough, even though he's a newbie rookie, and you got these veteran D tackles, man. He's playing too rough, man. He's playing too rough.
He's hurting my feelings.
It's like trying to. It's
talk like that. He's a rookie.
Start calling him Bam Bam, okay? Because he's.
Hey, he's got a new nickname. He's got a nickname. We're giving all the Raiders teams fucking nicknames, and now we got it. Bam Bam JPJ, the law firm. He's a fucking law firm. That's his name.
Hard hitting JPJ. So you see that the Raiders, their reserves that had big
who it has his full name there for you.
Steve Wilkos, yes. Wilkos. Yes. But we call him Steve. Wilkos, Wisniewski, it's the same guy, okay? The same guy.
Start with W, close enough.
Yeah, SW, okay? SW. All right, so these reserves, I'm going to start over. These guys who are not starters, who a lot of them had to start in this last game because of the injuries, were big role players in this last game of the Browns, and the Raiders will need them to continue with the Broncos on the road at Mile High, because we'll get to it later, but we do have a large laundry list of injuries. But as you see, guys like safety Isaiah Palomau, he had a big impact in that game, taking over for Epps.
Yes, he's unless he screws up, he's in for the rest of the season. Unless he screws up.
We're not. No negativity here.
It was next. I'm just saying, hold on. He stepped up. He did his job. I mean, just look at those numbers right there. I mean, what more can you ask for? In that, Robinson here, Wilson, both them coming together. You also had Snowden here coming in, trying to fill in. Max Crosby has some big shoes to fill. It took literally fucking 2-3 guys here in order to, equal one man, but they were able to do it and did it, especially with Snowden, did it when it counted.
Yeah.
And okay. And Jason, I'll agree with that. But so did Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson
Yes.
spent a lot of time in that backfield, and a lot of people ain't giving him credit for what he did. His stats ain't showing exactly what he was doing. I mean, he shut down one side. He pushed his guy there and forced everything to the other side, which allowed the Snowdens and everybody else to get back there and do what they needed to do.
And that's the same argument we can say for Wilkins, Steve Wilkins. Ooh, no, for Christian Wilkins, because I know some people are saying that, oh, we paid too much for him, this and that, because he doesn't really have stats. And yeah, he might have had a half a sack last in the Panthers game and a half a sack in this last game against the Browns. But what he's doing is he's taking on the double and triple teams, which means if they have to keep double and triple teaming Wilkins, that means that he is causing havoc, and they're throwing more guys at him to try to keep him at bay. So the stats don't always, like Jason said, the stats don't always show what the player is actually doing that's affecting the gameplay or affecting the opposing offense. Well, as we're talking about Wilkins, that's affecting the opposing offense to have to adjust towards him in the middle. Because that also that got the defensive ends free, because all the inside linemen had to watch for him, and then with Butler next to him, Adam Butler next to him, they had to make sure that the middle was secured, which left the ends going one-on-one with the tackles, which at most times, if it's a straight pass rush, the ends will win that, or at least to the point where they affect the quarterback in his progressions, or the quarterback in him, the timing of the routes with the quarterback's throws. So
it's causing them to throw early, just because they're feeling the pressure. And not just that, I mean, you get to, I mean, we had Polamalu, who had a sack. That comes from Tyree and Wilkins doing their job, eating up people, and forcing everything to go, and then allowing those speedier people to come in and clean up. That's their job. I know Tyree Wilson was taking 7th. Everyone's having high expectations. He needs sacks, this, that, the other. But right now, with what I'm seeing out of him, the last 2 games, he had his best game against Carolina. Then turned around and had even a better game against the Browns. He's getting better. This is considered, I mean, even Hondo says, this is considered his rookie year because of the injuries he had. He was not fully healed last year, and we're starting to see, is he a little slow coming off the ball? Yes, but if he's sitting there and forcing everything to go to one side because he's in the backfield and putting pressure, then that just allows the rest of the team to do what we've been seeing and swarm to the ball. And that's, we had 5 different people in line when Mari Cooper bounced that ball up and for the interception.
And then he got smacked.
Here's
a good point. Here's a good point right here, Kay. Spillane has been part of the leading tackler in at least the last 3 games.
All 4. No. Yes, 3 games. You're right. 3 games. There was one that he wasn't.
And last week he had 10. The Panther game he had 10. This past Sunday he had 9. And then a lot of them are met up at the line of scrimmage. Well, let me start over. What is the reason how Spillane is able to meet up at the line of scrimmage and go head on with these running backs, for the 1 yard gains or the no gains or the -1, the loss of a yard? How is that possible? Because the tackles in the middle are being covered by extra guys on the offensive line. So if you really think about it, it is 11 on 11, but if 2 guys have to go and block Wilkins or 3 have to block Wilkins, now it's like 9 versus 11, 8 versus 11, because 2 guys have to go to 1 guy, which leaves the window open for Spillane to go in there head on and stop these running backs from going up the middle at least.
I'll even add to this. Even when you got Wilson bull rushing his guy back, these running backs are seeing a hole right there. And who's there to fill that hole as soon as they see it? Because that space is open, you got Spillane being able to come around, hidden, and then bam, beat him right there. Oh, I got a hole. But that hole really wasn't there because, Spillane, going and with all that, and it's forcing the runners to go there because they can't go outside. Because what happens? I guarantee, a lot of those. If Wilson tried to release and go for the tackle, you'd be having a holding call right then and there. Because
and then
a lot of those guys were all on their heels, and they had a handful of jersey going backwards. And if he cut to either side, it would have been a whole. They didn't have time to let go.
Yeah, and then you got, like you said, these running backs. They see a hole and they try to go through it. And what happens when they go to the wrong hole? You get smacked in the face. Sorry.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Sorry. Anyways, all right.
Sometimes there's no such thing as the wrong hole.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
It leads to extra yardage.
Sometimes extra yardage, yeah, the zero hole. Okay, and you come out like Zach Crockett. See right there, Spillane has great gap fill instinct. He beats guards at the second level, and that's the thing. That Spillane he basically is open to make these tackles because these guards are not able to go to the next level because they're trying to make sure that the first level, the defensive line, the line of scrimmage, is taken care of. So that's what these guys like a Wilkins and an Adam Butler and even a Tyree Wilson, they're occupying guys for the other guys behind, the faster, surer tacklers.
Well, you're not allowing that offensive line to get to that second level for the blocking is what you're doing.
Yes.
Yes. They're still stuck on that first level, and then our second level is there to be able to stop the plays. I mean, I said it. What was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago. And I'll say it again. Fucking give him his contract extension. Re-sign him now. Don't wait. I said it with when we talked about this Devontae Adams trade. We're going to free up some money. That money that gets freed up, give it to Spillane.
Yeah, if that happens,
3 to 4 years.
If that happens this year, which the Raiders they said the Raiders are not. They're not rushing. Hey, you got a hamstring injury? Then hey, you're inactive. Then. You're inactive. So we're going to play it as if you're injured. You're inactive. And we're going to play it as if we're going to spend the money anyways for you to be here for the full season. So we're going to wait. We're going to wait. See what happens. Shop around. See what we can get out of that. But that is...
Well, hey, you know what? You know what happens in the NFL? Let an injury happen and see how quickly somebody comes and overpays for Devontae Adams.
Yes. Spillane has shown his worth. I am not worried about this game. Their backup quarterback better be ready. Is that Stidham?
That's Stidham.
Is that Mr. Stidham?
That's Stidham.
The quarterback killer, Stidham?
Hey, Bo Nix better watch out.
I know. Speaking of Bo Nix, I want to know, isn't Nix the medicine for lice? That's why I feel like that's the medicine for lice, so we gotta take care of it like it's lice, okay? So, anyways, let's go into the Broncos. Let's go into the Broncos and the Raiders top performers this season, top players.
Yeah,
of course, Gardner Minshew.
And it's spelled exactly the same.
I told you because I remember seeing that commercial. I don't worry about lice because
I'm bald.
My hair is in a cryogenic chamber, so. I want to take it out when I need to.
I like that. I'm using that from now on.
Yes. Okay. I'm keeping it fresh. It's in a cryo. It's frozen right now. Okay. All right. So let's look at the Raiders and Broncos top players. Of course, you have Gardner Minshew, the quarterback, and Bo Nix, as we talked about both of them. Hold on. Okay. So our top rusher, believe it or not,
our quarterback's better.
I'll say it again.
I said, just by stats, the numbers, from what you did earlier, what you see, what you got now.
Yes. From the stats that we've seen earlier. So the Russian leaders, Zamir White, believe it or not, is the what up, John Leon? What up? The rushing leaders, Zamir White is the leading rusher for the season for the Raiders of 49 attempts, 152 yards, no touchdowns. He did have a longest yard of 17. I believe that came in this last game. Madison, who will get the start for more than just injury reasons, but also because he has been showing flashes of busting through the line and getting longer yards with each carry. He has 17 carries for 87 yards, and also the 2 touchdowns on the ground. He also has one in the air he got against the Chargers with a long of 24. Yes, there we go. I'm on like 24 interceptions. No, I got it. Okay. And of course, Brock Bowers is our leading receiver with 20 receptions, 216 yards, with a long of 27. And I mean, whatever. Devontae Adams is the second leading receiver, 18 receptions, 209 yards, with 1 touchdown and 30 with a long of 30-yard of reception for the Broncos
on the sideline, where he actually looked like he wanted to play for the Raiders for that game.
He tried his best. I'm showing what I can do. For the
we know the truth now. He was showing off for other teams, but that's okay.
The preseason is over. He didn't play in preseason, so that's what he's doing. I'm joking. I'm joking. He's still on the team. I'm not gonna throw shade. I'm just not gonna throw shade right now. For the Broncos,
over here.
Williams, the running back Williams, 40 attempts, 129 yards, 0 touchdowns, the longest 16. And believe it or not, the second leading rusher on the Broncos offense is also Bo Nix, 23 attempts, 110 yards, as we talked about that earlier, 2 touchdowns with a long of 23. And the receivers, Cortland Sutton, 15 for 192 yards, 1 touchdown with a long of 29. And Reynolds, 11 for 174 yards, no touchdowns with a longest of 49. So that is the top performers of this game, ours, Raiders, and the Broncos. That's the top performers. As we go into the rankings, Raiders 24th to the Broncos 27th offensive rankings in the NFL. The Broncos have the second overall defense to the Raiders 19th. So we have been climbing. We have been climbing because we were down last week. I think we were like 24 last week. Passing offense, the Raiders are 14th right now, but they dropped down from 4 to 14th, and the Broncos are 27th. Bo Nix.
Well, when your quarterback only throws for 130 yards, I mean, you're going to expect it to drop.
Mm-hmm. And our rushing, we're no longer the last team in the NFL. That belongs to the Cowboys. We are now 31st in rushing, as the Broncos are 23rd. And let's get more in depth with the rankings. Asylum. Looking at these numbers,
that's a lot of numbers.
It's a lot of numbers. Exactly. But what are the right numbers? Because I need them for the lottery. Because no.
if I knew that, then we wouldn't be having these problems. I wouldn't be having the problems I got right now and having to take license plates in the fucking in an asylum dungeon for fucking 25 cents an hour.
All right. The Raiders offense overall, like we said, is ranked 24th with yards per game, 288.8 yards. The rushing offense, 76.3, 31st. The passing offense, 212.5, 14th. And our points per game is 19.5, 10th in the league. Overall offense is 24th in the league. The Broncos offense, 266.0, that is 27th. 106.3 is 21st. The rushing offense. The passing offense is 159.8, 27th in the league, 15.5 points per game, which is 28th, and their offense is ranked 27th. Our defense, 344.3 yards given up, 20th in the league. Our rushing defense, 137.5 yards given up, 24th in the league. Our passing defense, 207.8, which is 16th in the league. Points per game, points that we give up per game, 24.3, 24th, and our defense is overall 20th. Broncos.
It's rising. We had a couple of games that are the reason we are where we are. Defense spent a lot of time on the field for the first 2 games, stuff like that. So, I mean, It's getting there. Don't the sky's not falling when it comes to our defense right now.
And saying that, the offense stayed on the field longer in this past game, which helped the defensive rankings go up because they weren't out there from the majority of the game, tired and giving up. And it's really just like a guy will break away for one big game. The guy will break away for one big run or whatever. So it's not like they're getting ran on. It's when the defense is getting tired, they're going. A big play is going to happen. It's bound to happen.
Well, yeah, and we did go up again, against King Henry, right? And that did not help us at all. And then the Panthers game, I was about to get there. You beat me to the punch there, Jason, but that Panthers game really hurt us.
You got to be quicker than that. I said you got to be quicker than that, okay?
You got to give me the opportunity. You were too busy flapping your guns and shit to give me an opportunity to talk.
Well,
not to mention, I keep staring at your second, your tooth.
You know what? Okay. 12th. Wait, which one?
For the Broncos defense.
Yeah, okay. Second. They are second in defense, okay? Second. Okay, not second. Okay? So, mind your business. All right, so the defense, the Broncos defense, like you said, 256.5 yards per game, second in the league, rushing yards per game. They give up 110.5, which is 12th. Passing yards per game, 146.0, third in the league. And then points per game, 13.8. So, which is third in the league. Overall, second in the league in total defense, which means what Anna was saying earlier in the comments, that the betting sports books believe that it's going to be below 36 points. So that's the high-low is 36. That this is going to be a defensive game, especially being up there in Mile High. So,
well, but when it comes to sports books, betting and everything, unless it's the Raiders, of course. Generally, the home team is always going to be at least a 3-point favorite.
But you have, I guess, Bo Nix. Broncos have Bo Nix, and the Raiders have a laundry list of injuries.
Yeah,
I feel like that's right there is a stalemate.
Too,
huh?
They have injured players as well.
Wait till you see their list. But if you're looking at these numbers, it looks like we probably have to reestablish the running game, because if their passing game is their passing defense is their strength, then do we force feed the running game? We're gonna have Madison, and we might even see a lot of Dylan Labe at the backfield. Dylan Labe.
Don't forget about Abdullah.
And Abdullah is just the Labe. So, and you seen the last week, Brock Bowers coming from the tight end position for the direct handoff, and you saw that the receivers,
Tucker, DJ Turner, they all got handoffs too.
Yeah. So this gets the offense, which I was very critical. I'm not gonna lie. We did a segment called emotional damage, and I said I have emotional damage because I want to know why we keep force feeding this run. But maybe it's because now the offense doesn't have to worry about catering to certain players. Let's just run with the players we have. Team effort. The running game worked out. We have 2 new offensive linemen, even though they're rookies. JPJ, whether he could play left guard or right guard. Charles Woodson and Tim Brown on the injury. You know what? I believe you. I believe they might not play this week because of these.
Hey,
Hold on.
I think even Rich Gannon might be on that list.
Hold on, we got to do a laugh. And ring it up. All right. So, as you see here, I'm sorry, that was the comment of the day right there. One more time. All right, as you see there, it looks like we're going to have to maybe establish the run early, and then
No, see, I think we need to do what we started to do, and you saw it kind of in the game. Start off with the pass, the quick passes, get that going, and then start introducing the run, and it's just going to open everything up. Unfortunately, our identity, what AP wants with the identity being a running team, right now we cannot start off running. It has not worked for us. I know Madison is going to be technically the starter on
RB1,
that situation, and he is a zone blocking kind of running back. But let's not force, try to do like we've done and fall behind. Let's go out there, some quick passes, go to the run, and get everything started established. And go. Every time we start out that way, we do good. We move the ball down the field, and we need to start quick in this game and not give them a chance to fucking be ahead and play the game that they want. We want to force them to play our game.
yes, we don't want them to Bo Nix and chill. Okay, what I'm thinking right now, and this is for the future, because I'm gonna just get into it right now. If only the numbers mattered when it comes to the Raider games, he would have won lots of games. I would agree. I would agree on that one. I have a point, but let me go off this injury report first so we can know. As you see here, the Raiders report as of today. Max Crosby is considered questionable, but I believe I know we want Max Crosby out there, but give him one more day. Give him one more week off. Let these young guys, yes. Because with that ankle, the high ankle sprain, that's a sprain that doesn't go away easily. That's going to linger throughout the season, especially if you're playing in the trenches where you need that to push off. You need that power to push off your legs.
And those swirls that he does, the spin move, the cuts, the bending. I mean, he relies on that ankle a lot more than people are going to think.
Yes, and Devon Diablo, he also had the concussion, but he still has the oblique injury. He's questionable. And look at all the outs that we have. We have so many outs.
I heard something that he's out. It says questionable, but he's not playing. He's not starting. He's not going to play.
We have so many outs. We might as well be in the third inning. Okay, that's how many outs we have. Okay, 3 strikes, 3 outs, 3 outs, 3 outs. All right, Thayer Mumford, the tackle, knee and ankle. I think what did they say that he might have an Achilles also? Or
I have not heard about him having an Achilles. The only one I did hear about was Parham.
Okay, Mumford is out. Richardson, the rookie cornerback, which we haven't seen out there in the regular season yet, he is still out with that hamstring. Maybe it is true. Maybe that's why Devontae is also on here as out. Injury? I mean, I've had a hamstring injury before, but I'm not a all-star athlete. I was playing fast pitch softball the day after my birthday. Body was dehydrated because I had too many margaritas, and I tried to go out there, no stretching, and bing, the hamstring because only you can hear it. It's like if you're trying to run away from and the guy at the watchtower just you in the leg, just shot you with the sniper, So
with the 22, just bing,
So Richardson, the cornerback, the rookie, he's out. Michael Mayer, tight end, as Anna put it, he's still out on personal, which they didn't say why, but I think people, they keep asking him.
His family is okay. That's the only thing that's got me thinking of why, personal reasons. I know there's been trade rumors about him because of the whole Devontae shit. He's out. He's getting traded. I just hope that, my thinking on what it possibly could be a sick family member who maybe is not going to make it. I hope that's not true. I hope they make it and he can come back without having any distractions once it's over with.
Exactly. Family member is probably sick or something. His wife is expecting a baby anytime now. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Anna, put that up right there.
Well, hey, that's the fucking reason.
That's the opposite. You thought someone was losing their life. Somebody is gaining a life, a beginning of life. Okay, circle of life. Okay, Simba. Okay, the documentary Lion King. Okay.
Hold on. You don't got to know. I was going to hold the ref up like a fucking Simba.
We have Dylan Parham is questionable, but most likely he will be out. And we already said about Devontae Adams. Milwaukee, the linebacker calf, he's questionable, which is right there, borderline Achilles. Tyreek McAllister, hey, that dude was started off great last week, and then he just, as a runner, you got to keep your body low, and he was going head on to folks.
Hey,
this is not the Canadian League, though.
He was trying to make the most out of his time.
Hey, but he still came back, though, so I'm going to give him props on that one. Colton Miller with the knee and shoulder, he's probably going to have that all year, but he's probable. Jacorian Bennett, shoulder, he's going to be out there. Trey Taylor, the safety, knee, he's out. Zamir White, it was said today that he won't play, so he has the groin. He is out, which we said that Matt's outside of Madison not performing him. That's another reason why Madison will be starting, is because Zamir White won't be there. And I was going to say is, when Zamir White comes back, maybe we can have a Charlie Garner, Tyron Wheatley type of running back by committee. Zamir White being the Tyron Wheatley, and Madison being the Charlie Garner who can come out the side, come out on the swing pass. I was watching highlights of the old 2002 Raiders. I don't like to say old because I was in high school when it happened. That's so sad.
You're old.
Isaiah Palomaro, safety, personal reasons, so he'll play. Luke Masterson, linebacker, he is out with a knee. That was a surprise to me. Cody Whitehair, who has been playing mostly on the opposite guard, opposite JPJ. He has a chest injury, but he is probable. And if you look at the Broncos.
But I think they actually put Pete in to replace him. What was it? I think it was last week. And believe it or not, Pete starting to get his feet under him. And I think that might be a better choice than Whitehair anyways.
I hope, because in the first couple of games, Pete looked like this tall giant that was lost. I want him to play like the guy from Longest Yard, the one that was playing ping pong. He was playing fullback. When he said, "I'm glad you're back, so I don't have to stop you." So the Broncos, they only got 4 people on their list. Tyler Batty, the running back, he is out.
He a baddie?
Is he a baddie? I don't want to answer that. That's a weird question to ask.
I guess we won't know because he's out.
Yes, because that's a weird question to ask. I'm not going to answer that question. J.L. Skinner, Mr. Skinner. He's probable. Josh Reynolds, who showed already, he's the second leading receiver. He has a foot. He's probable. And then Tremont Smith, DB, hand. He is probable. The Raiders with the long list of injuries, but like we showed the graphic earlier,
more long because they got a short one.
Yes. Yeah. I think we had like half the guys. We got the whole practice squad now active because of our list. Come on, guys, let's go. All right. So that is your laundry list of injuries for the Raiders. But we've seen what the reserves can do. And I know the Browns were injured too coming into that game. The Broncos, as you've seen, 4 injuries, 1 out, the rest probable. So the role players that have been taking the place of the starters, they will be tested again to continue not only their development, but them holding the fort down for when the willing starters that want to play on this team come back onto their positions, their respective positions. Asylum. Keys of the game. Let's go.
Keys to the game. Well, I mean, it's right there on the screen. Can't you see? Oh, I'm just kidding.
Pretend like we're on radio, okay? Because we have faces. Well, I don't know, for radio.
Hey, I got a face for radio. Anyways, all right, keys to the game. I mean, number one, the run game needs to expand on the momentum they got from last week. I mean, it's going to go a long way to open up the whole offense, when it comes down to it. Expand, keep going. let's do another 150 yards. I'll be happy with that.
So you're saying strength on strength, strength on strength?
Yeah, strength on strength.
Iron Man, let's go.
Second, offense, open up the offense after the run game is established. Like I said earlier, I know we're probably going to have to throw the ball early to open up the run game, but once the run game's going and they don't know what's going on, let's start with those deep balls. Let's start opening up the offense just like we did last week. Bringing Trey Tucker on reverses. DJ Turner, fucking Brock Bowers. Open up this offense and let's show them what we could do. Really, we should be able to put 30 points up. I know they're the second rate, but with the offense we have, we should be able to put 30 points up if we get it going. And second of all, or last but not least, is the shut down Bo Nix. Don't give the rookie and make him look like a goddamn Hall of Famer on his first game against us. All right, he's their second leading rusher. We know, and we have struggled against running quarterbacks, rushing, quarterbacks like that. Let's not sit there and make him look good. Shut down Bo Nix, make him one-dimensional, because obviously he has problems throwing the ball. So make him one-dimensional. And Jason, I know you put this up here. Special teams score. No, I'm all for that, but you know what? Let the special teams keep doing what they're doing, because that's one area which we don't have any stats on. We are not struggling in one bit. Our special teams has been doing their job and doing what needs to be done.
But let Cole and Carlson do what they do when it comes to field positioning and the long field goals, because special teams this last game also helped with the defense with Cole, that one punt that he had right there inside the 10. And then
the whole flex,
he said badass Atron. So sorry, it will help. All right.
Job here other than the talk.
Well, speaking, you say with the running quarterbacks, we actually did pretty well with the quarterbacks that are traditionally runners, like a Lamar Jackson, like a the other guy, the Browns,
Deshaun
Watson. It was guys who had to stay in the pocket because of injury, meaning Herbert with the Chargers, who were able to sit back there and but then they had a good running game too itself. But then also with the Red Rocket was able to sit back there and just pick apart our DBs. So
rifle.
Whatever. Okay, he basically
dog penis.
The way he
with dog penises lately, but
the way he did us. That was kennel style.
Were we even in doggy style then? I think he just took us the way he fucking found us.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said the Red Rocket did what he did. Okay. So every episode, or at the end of every episode, we go back in time.
Not every episode. Our Friday episodes.
At the end of our Friday episodes, we go back in time and we either talk about a player, a game, the rivalry, whatever. So this one, speaking of Charlie Garner, Tyron Wheatley, 2002 Raiders, we decided to showcase when the Raiders needed a win, and this is not we need a win for this coming week, but just more of an inspiration.
No, we actually need this win. We need to get that momentum going forward and not just be this floating around 500 team. We need to show that we're better than what people think we are.
We need to show Devontae Adams that we're better than you think. I'm sorry. Than you think we are. So we're going to go back in time. Speaking of when I was in high school, 22 years ago. This is week 5. No. I'm sorry. This wasn't week 5 because we went 4. Then we lost 4. So this is week 9. This is week 9, November 11, 2002. Raiders at Broncos, Monday Night Football. We all know. We all remember what happened there. Do you want to play it or do you want me to play it?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's go back in time. This is Know Your History. Let's go back in time to my glory years. Only lasted for 3 years. When Rich Gannon was quarterback and we had Hall of Famers in almost every position. Let's go back in time with Know Your History. Let's go.
And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history.
Football telecast, which means they got this thing all worked out. Al Michaels, John Madden wearing the vintage gold jackets. Had those long before the real estate geeks broke them out. Bill Romanowski, he's back, and Jerry Rice, always good on Monday Night Football. A legend.
I love Monday Night Football. You know, it does something to me. It really gets the juices to flowing. So, you know, I got my A game tonight.
Yes, he did. Rice, most appearances on Monday night, 40. Receptions, 214. TDs, 32. Let's add to those numbers. All right. First play of the game. 250th consecutive game with a catch for Rice, just extending his own record. Later in the first, 3-0 Raiders. Brian Greasy, over the middle, deep in his territory. 98 yards the other way is Rod Woodson. Now, the guy has sprinter speed, but at 37, he's getting up there. Somebody threw a refrigerator on his back around the 20, but he gets into the end zone to make it 10-0. Take another look. On his own, 2 steps in front of Clinton Portis, and off he goes, which is 12th career interception return for a touchdown. He also has that NFL record. Look at him. Thin air. Gasp. Need to have air. Still in the first, Broncos down 10. 3rd and 2. Greasy, deep. Shannon Sharp makes a sweet play on this ball, but the refs say, incomplete. Mike Shanahan going to challenge. He's got the little red flag. He throws it. Let's take a look at the replay. This is what they saw on the Peep Show. Looks like he makes the one-handed grab from that angle. Down he goes. The second angle, maybe he didn't have possession. It is ruled incomplete. They stay with it, but Shanahan doesn't agree, and Shannon was done. Sharp leads the game with a partial dislocation of the right elbow. Talk about pain later in the second. Gannon going to buy some time. He's looking for his man Charlie Garner, and Chasmo has gotten behind the secondary. The Chuck Wagon rolling down. Had 7 catches in this game. Raiders ran for just 27 yards. Why? Because Gannon could throw it. Jerry Rice hauling it in. 2-point conversion is good. 21-7 Raiders. How about Rice? 200 career TDs. First player in NFL history to go for 2 bills. Gannon, hot in the first half, 16-17, and in the third quarter, well, then he finally warmed up. Gannon to the Chuck Wagon. Good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Ty Wheatley will get a little of that. He had 3 catches for 12 yards. It's a first down. Gannon finds Rice. Rice had 9 catches in this ball game. Another first down. Got by that yellow line. Rice, 7 more. How about we try it again? How about we go to, Rice. 12-80. That works. Same drive, 2nd and 8. Now, the Raiders did manage to mix in 1 run on this drive. Greg Jolly caught one. Roland Williams. We have a Roland Williams sighting for a first down, thank you. 1st and 10 on the 42. Garner just standing there. They like to call that the safety valve. Gannon, Tim Brown. He's now 9 for 9 in this drive. About time Tim Brown got in the action. Brown again. Just a couple yards, but that's 10 in a row on the drive for Gannon. One more time. Jerry Porter over the middle, 6 points. Gannon, 11 of 11 on the drive. Raiders lead 27-7. This is a whooping at this point. Gannon, 1 more to Garner. 21st straight completion for Gannon, a single game record breaking Kenny Anderson's mark of 20. Later in the drive, 2nd and 10, Gannon. How about that? Up top to Jerry Rice. Gannon finishes 34 of 38, 352 yards, 3 TDs, 34-10. Raiders walk. Just to review again, Gannon, 34, 38, 352, 3 scores, 7 300-yard game of the season. Rice also breaks Walter Payton's all-time mark for all-purpose yards, 21,817. First time Mike Shanahan's lost to his former employer at home, 7-1, still 12-3 overall.
Fuck Shanahan.
Yes. The father and the son.
Yes.
Son trying to wear Raider color hats.
On the fucking 49er sideline.
I miss that team. You know what's funny? If you go like play the old video games like Nintendo 64, You've seen like all the players have like they're all big and bulky because that's how the graphics were back then. I feel like that's what I was watching because you seen like big old Tyrone Wheatley.
Ron Woodson, he's tired because those pads were heavy. That's what it was.
Yeah. Man, I miss that team right there. I miss that team. Looks like YouTube don't have that footage.
What?
Oh, no cutoff. Okay, don't scare me, Elise. I thought we got cut off.
I'm about to say.
So, you remember those teams? You know, Rich Gannon just sitting back there because he had the offensive line with Let me go from right to left. You had Lincoln Kennedy, and then you had I want to say Mo Collins, I believe, was right guard. Then you had Barrett Robbins. Then you had Middleton, and then you had Barry Sims. Barry Sims on the left side, and they would give Gannon all day long. And you had guys like Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, your wideouts, Jerry Porter, that little flick he did to Jerry Porter in the end zone, and guys like not Charles Woodson, but I meant to say Charlie Garner, Tyrone Wheatley. If we can get an offense that can do that with our defense, because that year we had a great defense too. You seen Romanowski do an armbar on Shannon Sharp on that pass.
And get him out the game. He went, ow!
He went back. He said, "Take that, Broncos. I just killed your horse." So, Brian Greasy.
I'd be happy if we could put up the 34 points that they just did.
And maybe, with this offense, maybe Madison, like we said, Madison can be that Charlie Garner because everything started with Charlie Garner more so on the swing routes. And then it went out to Jerry Rice and Tim Brown and Roland Williams, and then Willie would come in, that change of pace back where he would go up the middle, and then they didn't show him on there. But Zach Crockett, if we needed one yard, Zach Crockett was like basically automatic going through the line of scrimmage like that with that 1 yard touchdown, a 1 yard first down. Randy Jordan, the other back, he was more of a special teams guy. I think in that same year we had Terry Kirby. So, we have a lot of guys that can make plays. We've seen what they can do now in the second week going into Denver to face the Broncos. I mean, get these guys going. Maybe Dylan Labe, like I said, he'll get a lot of playing time where we can start seeing what he can do. I know we've seen him in the preseason game where he had that fumble, but the rookies. Not saying that that's going to be their excuse, but give them more time. Give them more time to fix their mistakes, to correct what their fundamentals throughout the game, and that will help with their development. So, I believe, delusional or not. Well, no, okay, because R. Kelly, P. Diddy can't. Okay, so. With that said, and now like
I can say I am not on any of those tapes.
I'm not trying to put down Devontae Adams, but with the offense not having to worry about feeding Devontae, keeping him happy, because I feel like maybe that was a stress level, especially with.
It is. I mean, when you feel like you got to force feed a receiver, right? Then that ends up taking away from other plays that possibly could be, you force feed a receiver. He gets only 4 yards when there was somebody downfield that could have got you 12 yards. He drops the ball. That you run into the possibility of interceptions, and different things like that. Instead of being a team player and just saying, I'm going to do what I do. Take advantage of the opportunities I get. It did. I mean, I said it last week, and I was starting to feel like when it comes to Devontae Adams, it was a me thing and not a team thing.
Yeah, because
I'm not happy because I didn't get the fucking ball 17 times like I did when I was with Aaron Rodgers. Well, I mean, we got a lot, and that's the one thing. It's one thing when you're the only receiver. You're the number one. Your number two is truly a number two, and you ain't got many weapons. This team, this offense has a lot of weapons, and you've got to spread the ball around to utilize all these weapons. And that's going to take away from your star receiver, which it's funny, we played pretty damn well on offense, I thought, without our star receiver.
Well, and it kind of goes with, are we calling plays to keep one player happy, or are we calling plays to try to beat what's in front of us, what the defense is showing us, or the tendencies that you go through the game film, and after this play, usually they call this play, so I guess I'm going to go against that play. Are we playing, and I've heard this phrase first from KDO, who was in the comments, are we playing chess, or are we playing checkers?
Well, hopefully we're playing chess.
Because we're over here trying to king one player, instead of trying to defeat, well, I don't know. I played chess twice on the computer. I press the button, and then it shows me where to go with the squares highlighted. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I don't know if chess. Okay, so, but saying is that now maybe in Getsy coming from Green Bay, I don't know if the pressure was on him to having to keep Devontae happy because he knows Devontae, and I don't know. We don't know. This is all speculation that we're just trying to put together as observers, like everybody else is out there, Raider fans, trying to observe why the offense wasn't working with the star receiver. But then now, and of course, other pieces were put in, other pieces were replaced with the rookie offensive lineman, and then the different from a power scheme last year to a zone scheme this year. Madison being the more zone running back that you said, Asylum, coming from Minnesota. Understanding when to hit the hole, when to be patient in the zone blocking scheme. So maybe it all kind of came together, and Devontae asking for his trade during his injury. Don't know if it's true or not, but his injury was able to help the offense accelerate because they can now just focus on the 11 guys that want to be there and not mainly the one guy that one day he's happy that we won. Next, he's upset even though we won. That's not the way I'm used to winning, as how he said last year. And then the guy who would, I don't know, he's a public figure now. And they tie that receiver the show when he said, I got to get out of here. I'm going to get killed out here. I've never been hit so many times before. So, it's like, it's football. Okay. And
it is. And like you said, it comes down to, yes, he's used to playing with Aaron Rodgers. He's also used to being the best receiver on the team, and basically every opportunity they're going to give him the ball. He's not used. I mean, in all honesty, last year, he was the number 2 receiver. Jacoby Myers was the number 1 last year. He's not used to that, and I think he sees that coming. And I don't blame him. Yes, he's getting older. Yes, he wants that Super Bowl. Yes, going. I just think his timing is shit on when calling for this going. And, I mean, Khalil Mack, everyone wants to compare this whole situation. At least he did it at the beginning of the season and said, I'm not going to play. Let's do this. Not wait until 4 games in and say, oh, yeah, by the way, I want to be traded now.
Yeah.
It's not working the way I wanted it to work. I mean, I remember a time in football.
And after a victory. And after a victory.
Yeah, after a victory. Yeah, exactly. So, personally, I think my theory on this, I said it Wednesday and I'll say it again. My theory is he was one of the ones that made a business decision. He was going to be held out for a quarter, didn't like it, didn't like his head coach, basically putting him on blast in front of people, and now he's taking his football and wanting to fucking leave. And I'll give him the credit, I'll give him the credit for what he's done, but, I'm in the firm part of, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. You want to go buy, let's get something for it and go from there.
because they did it without him. They did. You know, you made me think about it. When McDaniels, and I know he had that. I think it was a Steeler game. He was able to use that as a reason to bench Carr for the last 2 games against the Niners at home and then against the Chiefs in Kansas City at the end of the 2022 season. But everyone was mad at Carr because he wasn't in the building for those last 2 games. Well, you should have supported da-da-da-da. And I'm talking about...
Sorry,
well, let's say... So I'm talking about certain other podcasters, you know, but you have someone like Devontae. Yeah, he was on the sideline, but now I want out. Because, you know, we're just not... I want out. I want out. And it's kind of like every situation is different. Every situation is different, but the attitudes that the players give, you also can rule, you know, be judge on that one for each player's attitude towards that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, you know, like guys like Devontae and even Josh Jacobs last year, you can tell that they wanted to be out. Whether it's I'm going to be hurt for the last 4 games, or I tried, I'm trying, I'm out there, I'm here. Not that Mahomes here, but I'm here. So, you know, it's, yeah, okay, situations are different by the organizations, but also, you know, the players, you have to rule them by how they act too. So, and that's one thing too that people don't realize is that, yeah, he was told not to be here. But people are going to twist it for their own narrative.
He was asked not to come even in because they didn't want the distraction, and that was all on McDaniels.
Yeah, so that's the situation where I feel like, you know, I mean, I don't know, but
I mean, it is what it is. We know he's getting traded. He's not playing, which is fine. You know, let's move on. He's not trying to. I mean, it is being a distraction. Hopefully, you know, he could have a talk with the team, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's time for everyone else to step up. We know Jacoby Myers will be the number 1 receiver. He was last year. Now it's his job. We know it's his job. He just needs to take it and prove to everybody again, so there's no talk afterwards. You know, Trey Tucker, number 2. We got DJ Turner. We have a few other
Trey Tucker.
I already said Tucker. He was the number 2.
Oh, well, I thought you said Jacoby Myers. Okay, whatever. Brock Bowers. Okay.
Jacoby Myers is number 1.
Yes. Now. Yes.
Trey Tucker,
Brock Bowers is another weapon that can be a receiver.
No, but that's it. You got Brock Bowers. We have Olave, which we haven't seen a lot of, but we saw in preseason and we saw in his college tape that can be fucking dangerous. So all this is doing is freeing up the opportunities for other players to get the ball and showcase what they can do.
I'm going to compare it to the movie The Replacements. You know, they're going to start winning, and then it's going to be like, hey, guys, I'm back. You know, we realize that we want to play on the team.
Good. Hold on. It feels great.
Say it again.
The hamstring, it feels great now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, you know, I got some icy hot on there. I went to Watson's masseuse, and we're fine, you know. I met Robert Kraft, and it was fine, you know. So, but anyways,
see if his Bunny Rat shit was still available. You know.
I said I can't call Jimmy G because I trashed him on receiver, so I can't go to Jimmy G's healing where he goes to heal. But what I was gonna say is it's like The Replacements, you know, and not all type of players can hang. That is true. Even you know, with the AFC West, we beat each other up because that's the old school AFL right there. But this is, I feel like it's like The Replacements, and you got guys who are stepping up and making plays. The only thing I want is I want Minshew to be more like his name was Falco, not Flacco. Falco. Be more like Falco and less like Uncle Rico. Okay. I want the Falco to come out of you. Okay. That's what I want. Go out there. You know, you want to be cool. You know, like Keanu Reeves. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, man, it's okay. You know, what is that, Point Break with Keanu Reeves?
Welcome to the Matrix, you know, but be like Falco and less like Uncle Rico. Okay, that's what I gotta say on that. Salam, do you have any other last words, concerns, or anything for this game? Oh, let's do. I mean, I know we didn't do it last week, but let's do what we did last time. Who is or do the two? Who do you think is going to be their X factor in this game? And what is your final? Look at Michael. Already had it. Who is going to be your X factor? And what's going to be the final score?
X factor of this game. I'm going to say it's Madison. Madison's going to be the X factor of this game. He's going to get things going, get it going good, and I'm going to give him 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to say, I like to say something that's random, but you know, I'm going to say Brock Bowers, okay? I'm going to say Brock Bowers. He's going to be the X factor because he can do many, you know, he did a direct handoff in this last game. I know he had that first drop, but after that first drop, you know, he was back in there with the stickum. Hey, he's going to be out there, up there Mile High. You know, it's legal out there, so just make sure you don't go in there Mile High. Unless they're, well, I don't want to put no bad juju out there. It depends. Okay?
I'll reach through the damn camera and choke you.
Go, you'd be like, Ghost Dad style. So my X factor I'm gonna say is Brock Bowers. I'm gonna say he gets his first career touchdown in this game, and I'm gonna say it's going to be on a rush. No, yeah, I'm gonna say a rush.
No, it's gonna be a pass.
He
was so close last week. I think that should have been a touchdown, but
I'm gonna say it's gonna be him direct snap, a right side, a sweep, touchdown. And your final score is what's your final score?
I'm gonna say 27-23.
27-23. Are we coming back on that win, or are we? Well, no. If it's 27-23, that means it'll be 23-20, field goal or touchdown. Are we going to dominate from the start, or do we have to come back? And
I don't think, based off of what we've seen, it's going to be a slow start, right? That first quarter, and then we're just going to turn around and keep chunking away. We're going to get that run game going. The passing game is going to get going. It's going to come together, and we will handily be going into the fourth quarter in victory formation to win the game.
I'm gonna say, I said it was gonna be a low-scoring game against the Ravens, which I was on track for that in the first half, and then the Raiders, took off in that second half. So, do I want to do the same thing to inspire them? Like we heard in the cage match, if they say we're gonna score less points, we're gonna score more points. I'm gonna say it's going to be a. I'm going to say it's going to be let's say 20-14. Same score again. Well, that was 20-16 last week, but 20-14. 20-14. 2014. Defensive battle in the Mile High Stadium. You can't breathe up there. So, 20.
Yeah, just ask Rod Woodson.
Just ask Rod Woodson. I say 20-14. But the Raiders look more in command in this one, with the reserves and the role players, the second and third string guys being a starting roles in their starting roles and getting more playing time, they make more of a factor in this one, especially more on defense. How many sacks?
Yes.
How many sacks on Bo Nix? He hasn't had two. He hasn't had a sack in the last 2 games. I'm gonna say, let's say Tyree Wilson gets his first NFL sack. Oh no, he had a sack already. Let's say Tyree Wilson gets his first sack of this year on Bo Nix.
So 1?
He'll get 1. Snowden will get 1. And I say Wilkins gets a full 1. So I'm going to say we get 3 because he's a runner. He's a running quarterback. So I'm going to say we get 3 sacks. Wilson, Wilkins, and Snowden.
I was going to say 4.
Because me and you talked about this earlier, they have the highest total in sacks. Does Minshew get sacked in this game?
Oh, yes. Minshew, I mean, just based off of just the past games, yes, Minshew's going to get sacked in this game. But I think it's going to be a repeat, and it's only going to be twice in this game.
2 sacks only. Is it going to be a straight where the line just collapses? Or does he run himself into a... Oh, no, okay, no. Here's a good one, because I heard this on today. If Minshew was struggling, do we see Mr. New number 12 walk out there? Aiden O'Connell. Does Aiden O'Connell step on the field if he's struggling?
Okay, struggling how bad?
Well, let's just say the offense is just not moving with him.
Then
Team Ramrod?
I think Team Ramrod, yeah.
Will it make a difference?
Yes.
Oh, not wishing.
No.
Just...
I think it'll make a difference because it's all of a sudden they plan to go against Minshew, a scrap this at the other, and just because everyone calls him a statue, you got his accuracy, quick release, and deep ball threat that's there. So if that offensive line can just hold it for 3 seconds, it's going to change the play and go. So yes, I think it would make a difference if he came in. Because at that point, all you have is Minshew scrambling around, running into arms, stacked probably the 6th time for the fucking game and shit, kind of a thing. And it's that whole thing of, yes, they have film on O'Connell, but they didn't plan for it. So now that defensive scheme has to change because it's a quick, that ball's out quick. And not only quick, but accurate. So that all of a sudden that secondary is going to have trouble. And all they got is what, Surtain? Back there, shutting down one person, but how many other weapons did we just go through? So yeah. I think if he can go in, it could make a difference.
2 speedy small receivers, Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers,
and if he goes in and pulls out the win, it's his job for the rest of the season.
Wait, there it goes. All right. So with that said,
bold prediction.
Bold prediction. Why am I echoing? What is life? Okay.
Stop
am I echoing?
No, not on this end.
I'm getting ready for the game, okay? All right. With that said, that is our show. The review. Raiders need to go and continue their dominance.
When it's playing.
Yes. In America time.
In America time. And while it's playing. Get out.
Yes. We got to make sure that we continue this 8-game winning streak, make it to 9. I want to sweep the Broncos because we all hate the Broncos, especially going back to what you said, Asylum with Shanahan when he was out there on the sideline a long time ago. So let's beat the Broncos. Continue their dominance. 9 in a row. Let's go. All right, Asylum. That is our show for today. That was a great show. And I believe this one will not get to the NFL desk because Fridays we try to keep it easy, try to keep it chill. Wednesdays when we go hard. Next week we'll see if we're gonna have a guest or not, because we want to kind of still dive into this whole drama that is now with us with Devontae. We're trying to see if we can, find we can talk about that, and if not, we'll just talk about ourselves again. So with that said, alrighty. Asylum, have a great weekend. You're back on American soil. So like you said, you get to watch the game. 1:00 start time for the Pacific, the Raider game. Oh no, yeah, no, hold on. Let's do the schedule. So I'm not wrong, because it's an away game. Usually it's 10:00 in the Pacific time, but let's just make sure. I was about to give an update. Oh wait, what update? What update?
I don't know. She said
what? Also, should we stay on? The game is on at 1:05 on the Pacific time, and or Vegas time also. So that means that we have the later games on the Sunday schedule of NFL games. So, Anna, what's the update? What are we doing? What are we doing? See you later. Have a great weekend. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you next weekend, Godmother. So, we're gonna have. Wait, do we have though? Should we stay on? I lost my. Oh, they probably found it. They probably found it. Waiting, it coming up. Uh-oh. So for those who are still on, we appreciate you. We were going to end it, but if there's going to be an update coming, I don't know. I think we should wait and see what happens. We don't want to go off the air and then, oh, yeah, here's what happened. We got commercials. All right, Asylum.
I hate fucking commercials.
Okay, so Asylum, we're gonna wait to see what Anna is going to say.
Well, we might as well. We got a few extra minutes. It's not like we're running close on time or anything.
Yeah.
Not like anybody's got to go to work tomorrow. Oh,
yeah. I'm trying to find the.
Anna's going live on her page.
It's going live on Anna's page right now.
On Facebook. She always does. Always tags me in it, which I appreciate. Thank you. I get my updates that way sometimes.
All right. Well, we're gonna say and see what it says, and then I have the CMN ready. So we ain't got no graphics after that because graphics take time when it's just two people running a whole show trying to pretend like we're ESPN with our graphics and our knowledge of the game in stat form. So we're just waiting. We're going to see what is said. So we're going to do this.
I'm trying to get onto her page. I play some music, something. She's not live yet.
So we're just waiting to see what the update is because, of course, everyone's focused on Devontae, this soap opera that he has created on Tuesday on Kay Adams. So,
trust me, I think if he was traded, we would have heard about that by now.
Well, I don't have anything on my ESPN, so
I don't got anything on. Oh, she just went live.
All right.
Let me be able to try to hear it a little bit.
Hey, this is just like when the Raiders go live for AP to talk for like 7-8 minutes. It's just a spinning Raider shield, so we don't have that. So it's just us waiting to see on a Friday, the 4th of October. Anything yet?
No. I just asked the question though, so hopefully she responds to us. Oh, they're talking about it. Hold on.
They're talking about it. All right, so they're talking about it right now. I don't know what's going on. Alicia loves the music.
Oh, right now we're just talking about the Devontae Adams post of Edgar Allan Poe.
We waited for that. I saw that. Okay, let's do it.
They're talking about right this second. But I'm sure it's going to be nothing.
Okay, well then let's do this.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
Here's your update. Oh, here. Here's your update. They're trolling his Instagram page. He put a picture, and I saw this already. He put a picture of Edgar Allan Poe, and it said, "Don't trust what you hear, but only half of what you see." Cryptic.
So does that mean he's staying a Raider and he never asked for a trade?
He's like, I was emotional that day. I was just joking.
I was just playing.
I was joking. I was drunk that night. So, yeah, we said.
Right now, here and they're just giving all the same updates we did.
Yeah, so Tales from the Cryptic. No, so I guess that's a never mind on that one. So
we tried, guys. We were hoping. Sorry.
It's okay, because Anna is our source, because she is out there in Las Vegas. So
Anna's live right now playing what they are on the news. So, and it's over. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing we didn't already know.
All right. Well, we appreciate those who stayed on the line. No, we appreciate those who stayed on and watched. There was no update. We are sorry that we led you to believe otherwise, but
yeah.
I'm gonna say I believe the Raiders are gonna take their time unless somebody comes with an offer like Godfather, an offer they can't refuse. Devontae is going to be put on the shelf.
Remember, the Jets are flying to London to play. All this shit. It's most likely going to go to the Jets. It's going to. It ain't going. Even all the professional reporters all said it wasn't happening this week. It's probably going to happen next week.
Yeah. So, and that music was also made by KDO. He made the music to the intro of the intro video that you hear with the cage match, and then this one right here that I just played, made by KDO. He is the music producer of the show. So
now we know where he stole it from.
The Radiant Rainbow. Well, okay. So with that, let's say goodbye now before we hear another random, like Devontae is trying to make news for himself. It's not on you, Anna. I'm more upset on Devontae. Because I do have a burrito waiting for me. So, anyways, we appreciate you, Anna. Make sure that I was gonna say take a shot with the cage match shot glass, in honor of each time the news talks about Devontae Adams. That's your new drinking game right there. All right. With that said, you'll be drunk before you even get to the bathroom. All right, with that said, let's get off the air right now before anything else, before Devontae tries to infiltrate our show. None of us look like Hey Adam, so I doubt he's going to be on here. So with that said, hey Anna, with that said, let's say goodnight, have a great weekend, and hopefully the Raiders continue our great weekend with the victory on Sunday. You froze. One more time, you froze.
You froze.
You froze.
2 in a row.
Two in a row. 2 in a row. Okay, we're gonna get our first winning streak of this season. Let's go. All right. Salam, let's take us out. But first, this we end every single show we end with a word from Coach Wallace, aka Raider Milt, my old high school football coach, diehard Raider fan, over there in the tailgates of the Oakland Coliseum. So rest in peace.
I want to tell him I'm undefeated too.
In the cage match. All right. Let's go. Have a good weekend. Raiders get the victory in Mile High. 9 in a row. fought against the Broncos 2 in a row, and a current winning streak. All right, then, Asylum, let's take it out. All right. All right. Is it you or me?
No, you.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay. All right, it's me. Take it out. Peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.